to the Arizona Lacrosse League State Championship semifinal game. We've got a great matchup here tonight as the Desert Vista Thunder take on the Chandler Pumas. I am Brian Patillo, and joining with me tonight is Dustin Cowell, who will be helping out with our commentary here. And we're excited for what should be a really good lacrosse game. We've got some great weather, beautiful evening as the sun's going down here. So I'm excited, Dustin. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, I think this game's going to be a great competition. These two teams saw each other a couple weeks ago, so obviously, fresh in their minds as far as how they're going to play. But two great teams going to go after it tonight, so should be a great game.
Yeah, we're getting started here as the teams are taking their sidelines, probably getting ready for an anthem here soon. Really excited here. We've had two, as you mentioned, Dustin, two teams that have battled all season long. I think there's been a collision course waiting for both of these teams here. A lot of seniors who played a lot here in the A.L.L. and really made a lasting impact, and they continue on. We'll pause our commentary here as we have the national anthem to get us started. Welcome back, everybody, as the teams get ready here. Have the starting lineup shortly. Dustin, what do you think going into this game? You're a coach in the A.L.L. You've played against both of these teams. What do you think are going to be the keys to victory for each of them?
Yeah, I think on the Chandler side, the big focus for them was obviously to limit the amount of mistakes, being either in penalty box time or just obviously clearing the ball. They want to limit those mistakes, and I think matchups are pretty even. I think on the Desert Vista side, they obviously know who the top guys are from Chandler, so they want to try and limit those guys as much as they can. But, it's a game like this. It's going to be a battle between the lines at every part of the game, so I think they're going to, focus on the little things. Ground balls, face-offs are definitely going to be, key parts of this, as well as the ride and even end-line chases for extra possession.
Should have a real competitive matchup here. Any key players that you've got an eye on here?
Yeah, I think from the Chandler side, obviously Dylan Finder, Division I commit to Rutgers, was been one of the best midfielders in the state, and along with him, I think Jace White is another guy, 23 at attack. You got Jake Brown, 34 at attack as well, and that defense all across the board is strong. On the Desert Vista side, you can't talk about DV without talking about Diggy Balderrama and Cage. Been the heart and soul of that team every single year for them, and they got some great pieces on offense. Kyle Lynch, Wilson Gray, Nolan King-Zimmerman. So it's going to be a great game. I think it's every single guy across the field is going to be matched up well.
Yeah, you mentioned some great players there. Definitely want to give some attention to Diggy Balderrama. I've had a chance to coach him too. For those who've heard me call some games, I'm a former goalie, so I always like to give those guys some love. And he's a senior who's really left a mark in building this team. He's been a starter for his whole career. Really made an impact on the team, and he'll be matched well with the Chandler goalie. I'm trying to just confirm his number, Grant Miller, who has been also having a great season here. A little younger, I think. Is it the same year as Diggy there? Not
No,
sure.
Grant is a junior.
Yeah, so we'll see him again next year most likely, and Diggy will be leading this team here as the defensive back-end stopper. And as the teams get ready here, They will shake hands. We will get ready to face off and start our semi-final matchup here. Again, we have the Chandler Pumas versus the Desert Vista Thunder.
Yeah, I think one thing to call out here, too, is both teams are going to be mixing it up at the face-off X. Both teams, unfortunately, had some injuries at that position, so it'll be very curious to see. I mentioned it at the beginning of, in between the lines, and I think face-off is going to be a huge part of this game.
We see both face-off men for the teams getting ready here. And we are off with the semifinal game battle at the face-off X. Picked up by Chandler.
All right, back over. Scrum here. DV comes out with it. Big ground ball to start off here.
Looks like we'll have the Desert Vista offense here first with the possession. Behind by number 18.
Yeah, one thing that Coach Dan Lannon talked about for DV as well is to get on these guys early, get a couple points on them, and start shaking it up. So we'll see them get some early shots here.
And that is a shot there by Wilson Gray. Taking it down the alley, misses the cage.
Good pass.
And we've got a goal, number 21. Graydon Dunton catches the pass from, it was number 18, I think, right? Was that who was back there? Nolan King Zimmerman with the assist. And we have the scoring started by the Thunder. Great pass, great setup. And they find the back of the net for a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I talked about it at the beginning. Again, big ground ball off the face-off went Desert Vista's way, and they were able to make it count here. So we'll see what Chandler's response looks like.
Okay, actually it was Parker Jones on the goal. Here we go, ground ball by number 8 for Chandler, Nate LaGuardia. Under pressure there by Desert Vista. He's in a tough spot. Loses it momentarily. They're going to get a failure to advance. So great defense by Desert Vista will cause another turnover. So 2 face-offs that look like they would go Chandler's way. Desert Vista ends up coming up with it and will have possession here.
Yeah, Chandler just looking a little timid on the start here. We want to get them to settle down a little bit, get some possession. But, again, Desert Vista's been, stepping up big here on the ground balls.
We'll see Desert Vista making some substitutions, getting their offensive players out here. Starting up top. Great shot there, number 27, Parker Jones.
And one thing that Desert Vista does really well is they a lot of disguises on offense. They're going to move the ball well, but they're going to have a lot of off-ball movement. So that's one big factor for Chandler's defense here is to watch that movement off ball.
Moving the ball around here. See another dodge from up top. See a shot set wide by Wilson Gray there. Backed up by Desert Vista. Retaining possession here. Desert Vista moving it around. Another shot by Wilson Gray.
Trying to get him going early.
See Desert Vista with Nolan King Zimmerman here. Taking in and attacking from the side. Good defensive matchup there. Some substitutions. Kyle Lynch coming in there and moving along. Oh, then we've got a goal. Little confusion there. Looked like it might have been outside, but Desert Vista finds the back of the net. That is Nolan King Zimmerman with the goal. Does it all himself that time, just drives in, takes a hit from the Chandler player, but stands tall and gets the shot off there.
Yeah, just an inside roll. I think Grant might have been, like you said, a little confusion there if that ball went inside, but he was able to sneak one past him, and again, Desert Vista taking the first punches here.
2-0 lead here, another face-off. Another initial win here by Chandler on the ground ball. Number 21, Spencer Heath, managing to get possession here. We'll see Chandler's offense for the first time tonight. Some substitutions, the ball moving around. We see number 19 out there. Little invert here by the Chandler offense. Vaughn Cabrera attacking the short stick from behind. There is Dylan Finder. You talked about him before. Big number 19. Shot and a save by the Desert Vista goalie, Diggy. We'll likely say that a lot tonight, as you mentioned, Dustin, another key player to this game.
Yeah, Diggy's going to be a big piece of this team for getting a victory tonight, and Chandler's doing a great job of getting some shots off early, and that was one thing that Coach Dan Lannon talked about, was limiting some of these stars for
Shot
Chandler.
by number 23 off the pipe. Almost beats the goalie there. Here comes Dylan Finder. Shot wide, backed up by Chandler. We'll see Jake. Let's see, I'll check that number there.
Looks like Jake Zogelman. 3.
Yes, Jake Zogelman will start the offense there from behind. There's Dylan Finder drawing a lot of attention there. That's what you're going to see, and Chandler trying to take advantage of that, finding an open man on the crease, backed up again.
Yeah, that was one thing Coach Tice talked about, is, Dylan being able to draw a lot of attention. He's going to have a lot of guys open, so keeping that head up, moving the ball is going to be key for their offense.
Got a matchup here behind, attacking the short stick. Ooh, missed opportunity there. Number 34.
It's Jake Brown.
Jake Brown misses. Found himself wide open in the middle there. Another save by Diggy. Under some pressure, though. Looks like he'll lose it. Battle in the corner. Recovered by Desert Vista. Yeah, we've got the clock running out. They had to clear it. Unable to clear successfully. Chandler will retain possession here now.
Yeah, Chandler getting a few good shots off, but again, we've talked about it. Diggy's going to be making some big saves here, so they got to start moving him off the cage a little bit and finding those open opportunities. They've had a couple early on, so they're doing the right thing here by getting their looks.
Yeah, looks like they're setting up to attack here from up top. Last couple possessions have been dodging from behind. Let's see, they initiate with the ball carrier, number 3, Jake Zogelman, sorry. And he goes behind the cage again. So continuing to attack with this two-man game invert offense. They've found some open looks with it. They've just not been able to find the back of the cage. And that time we get a turnover the other way. Oh, and Jake Beaver misses the net. Little helter-skelter broken play. Almost had a chance to get Chandler's first goal of the day. Good pressure there by the Chandler offense on the ride. We got a ground ball by number 21, Spencer Heath.
Yeah, Chandler needs to get a touch here and get their offense back in, settle down, and get some good shots.
Good ride by Chandler, really deterring. An easy clear for Desert Vista both times, getting the turnover. And we see Dylan Finder, quarterback in the offense there up top.
Yeah, it looks like Dylan wanting to get the command of the offense here. He's telling guys to move to the offside of the ball here, and he's going to try and get the slide to draw and move it one more.
Ball moves around now in the stick of 34. You see that there, that early slide really getting a lot of pressure, allowing Chandler to move the ball. Now we've got Vaughn Cabrera in that invert again. He'll attack a short stick defenseman. Dodges behind, looks up top. Moves it back to Dylan Finder. Pass down low.
Yeah, the invert offense seems to be something that Chandler's trying to go towards. They're trying to get those matchups and make DV have to slide and get out of their position. So it seems like that's the strategy going forward right now.
And it's hard to say it's not working. They've had some good looks at the cage, just not been able to finish.
Right.
Here we've got a strong dodge there. Oh, that's going to be a flag there. Drawn by Dylan Finder. You can see how just strong he is, shaking off that check. We'll have a free play here. Chandler drives in. Shot and save by Diggy. That will bring us to the whistle and the penalty call. We'll confirm what we've got here. What do you think? That was a push from behind?
Yeah, it's definitely going to look like it's a push from behind. We'll get Chandler's first man-up opportunity here. But, again, we were talking about the opportunities they're going to have here, and they've had a handful of opportunities in the first quarter, but they can get one in here. I think that'll definitely help the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, we are opposite of the scorer's table here. It's a little difficult to see the official penalty calls. Do our best with that, but we'll see the extra man offense here for Chandler. Moving the ball around. Pass inside, dropped, and Diggy's going to get a quick clear off here. Desert Vista unable to corral it, fight at the midfield line. Chandler retains. Penalty is releasing, so we are back to all even now. No goal for the extra man unit. Good stop by the Desert Vista Thunder.
Yeah, great first man down stop there by Desert Vista, and again, we'll see if Chandler can finally capitalize on that. They've had a lot of opportunities here, inside finishes, and just need to see one go through.
Yeah, Jake Beaver with the ball up top. Moves it down the side to number 7. Vaughn Cabrera, we've seen him dodge against a short stick a bunch. He does it here. And that's going to draw a good matchup. I bet you they're going to try to move it here. Oh, shot. Oh, what a save by Diggy inside. Jace White with an opportunity to finish. Diggy with another great save.
Good timeout call there.
Good timeout call there. We've seen some trouble with the Desert Vista clears. Diggy Balderrama with some great saves. Stops the wide open Jace White inside to keep his team with a goose egg on the board against Chandler.
Yeah, a lot of good shots early on from Chandler. And, again, we talked about at the beginning we were going to be saying Diggy's name a lot, and he's already made some amazing doorstep saves. And, it's going to be the theme for the rest of this game. So Chandler's just got to, like I said, they got to be able to move him and get him off his line there.
So far we've got about 2 minutes left, 2 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Any surprises jumping out to you, Dustin?
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise is obviously, Chandler was winning some of those early ground balls off the faceoffs, but Desert Vista was aggressive on the ride and really working to get that extra possession, and that was something that I figured was going to be a key factor without both teams having their main faceoff guy. So I think that's been a big plus. And then, again, Chandler's had a lot of doorstep opportunities, and even with Diggy making the saves, it's a lot of ricochet shots, and Desert Vista's been able to pick them up, and Chandler's, again, also been able to get some extra possession. So we'll see kind of how they're able to finish this quarter out here. But very surprised with the ground ball work here from Desert Vista.
Yeah, and if I'm the Chandler coach talking to his players there at that timeout, I'm telling them keep doing the same thing. As you mentioned, they're getting shots on, just have not found the back of the net. And right now we'll have a good opportunity here for a settled clear by Desert Vista and a settled ride. Choosing to kind of play a really shell kind of deep ride here by Chandler. Don't usually see teams kind of do this too often. And that time it works. They caused a turnover there. So as they say, that ground ball, number 34, Chandler's going to steal a possession back here with that ride.
Don't have the numbers there. Good job by Jake Brown. Just get that possession. I think people wanted to see some push and transition there, but they didn't have the numbers, so good job to get that settled down, especially with the shots they're getting. They want to make sure they can finally get a really strong possession.
And we'll have Dylan Finder with the ball again up top. Defended. Can't tell the number. It's a little difficult with the Desert Vista numbers here.
Yeah, I think just my memory just from having played them this past week, it looks like Andrew Piazza, number 13. I recognize the turquoise cleats, so that'll be a good matchup to watch, is Andrew Piazza and Dylan Finder tonight.
Yeah, I was confused for a second. I checked our roster. We have 2 number 13s on the roster. That's what was throwing me off there. So.
Yep, the old offense, defense, same number.
Yeah, like the old college football days here.
Yep. Another deep ride by Chandler.
Another good ride. You said it there, Dustin. Turnover again, ground ball. Chandler's going to get another shot here on offense.
Yeah, Desert Vista did a good job of getting back into position there. Chandler's obviously trying to push transition, and even with the turnover, they were able to get back.
Some substitutions here by both teams. We'll see them get their set offensive players out there. Number 1, Jake Beaver with the ball for Chandler. Very methodical, I think, both teams so far on offense. Getting set up in their sets. Here we'll see Dylan Finder. Looks like he's going to take an attempt here. Nope. Oh, pass turned over. Unable to hold on to it. Desert Vista with the ball now in the turnover. Oh, a little wild pass. Whoa, and another save by Diggy on the doorstep with 6 seconds left.
Unreal
chuck
save.
It down the field.
Unreal save.
A little back and forth there. And I mean, that's two wide open doorstep opportunities that Chandler had. And Diggy Bolarama just puts the clamps on those shooters. I mean, that looked like a disaster waiting to happen. And then you get some huge momentum with that save there.
Yeah, I think this quarter could easily be 3-2, 4-2 potentially in Chandler's favor. And again, Diggy, stands tall in those opportunities 1v1. And I think sometimes the scouting report has, had him in certain spots of the cage that are not his greatest spots. But he's come up to the test tonight. And again, he's carried this whole first quarter so far.
Yes, and we will now enter our second quarter here with a score of 2-0 Desert Vista on top of the home team, the Chandler Pumas here, as we play this game at Basha High School. Great facility here, good opportunity to play for Chandler. I had a chance to talk to our coach earlier this week, and just excited to get a chance to play on this field. I don't believe they've had a chance to play ever, I think, from what I heard, and they get the chance now in the semifinal game to host it. Unfortunately, right now, down 2-0, mostly due to the stellar play of the Desert Vista goalie.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think just kind of touching on the ability to play at some of these fields, I think it's all about growing the sport. And I think at the end of the day, we're getting some exposure. Some of these teams that aren't, essentially affiliated with a home school, I think gives them a chance to play at some of these really nice facilities and expose the game of lacrosse here in Arizona. So really exciting to see that we're able to play at this facility, beautiful stadium, and I think it's a good opportunity for Chandler to, open the door to get more opportunities to play here.
Yeah, I usually comment on some of the games I do that it's beautiful weather for lacrosse. It really is usually every time out here as opposed to playing in the Northeast and some of these other areas. We've got a great night here, too. A little warm, but very nice now as the sun is pretty much down. We've got the lights on here, and we get ready to enter the second quarter. For those joining us now, I'm Brian Patillo. We are with Dustin Cowell for APN Video, and we will start with our face-off. So far, we've seen Chandler typically win the clamp or that initial ground ball, but Desert Vista's been tenacious overall and usually ends up coming away with possession in that first quarter there. Let's see it again there. Win by Chandler, number 13. Oh, and then a turnover. So again, a face-off win. Unfortunately, a turnover gives Desert Vista the ball back here for the clear.
Yeah, Chandler is setting up in this deep zone ride here, which I think has confused Desert Vista a little bit. So they're able to clear it here. And right as I say it, they're still able to keep possession. But, yeah, that deep ride seems to be working for
Yeah, a lot
Chandler.
of pressure. Oh, they did lose it there. It is Chandler ball.
Yep.
That was a little – so some people standing around. It's tough to see. So, yeah, Chandler's been pretty good on this ride and getting possessions. We'll see if Desert Vista makes some adjustments to that. See number 3 now, Jake Zogelman. Some substitutions. Jake Beaver comes on for Chandler.
Good defense there by Kyle Lynch.
See the ball up top. Chandler again taking their time on offense here.
Yeah, they definitely have been leaning towards that invert offense here. Again, Vaughn Cabrera here at X and just really trying to work a two-man game and get some picks moving and Desert Vista out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, they've got it running here with Dylan. Now he's got a short stick on him. Oh, and he passes inside, missed by Jace White. Looks like Diggy will come up with a ground ball there. And Desert Vista gets a chance to clear. Another good opportunity there for Chandler. We saw Dylan Finder have that short stick and drive hard, get a lot of attention to him, try to find somebody open. It looked like Jace White just had a chance there, just couldn't hang on to the ball and get the shot off. So another close opportunity for the Chandler offense. That's a nifty move there by Desert Vista. And a goal! Number 11.
It's Wilson Gray. Yep.
Takes the ground ball in that broken play and fires the bounce shot home. And Desert Vista will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, great opportunity there for Wilson. Picks up the ground ball and, confidence in himself to make that dodge. And so, again, we'll see what Chandler does here. We've talked about it so far this game. They've been winning the faceoffs, and then Desert Vista's been tenacious on the second opportunity to get the ball back.
That's such a key part of the game. You talk about the stats and face-off wins and losses, but it really comes down to that possessions, and it's a 3-man battle out there. This is a Desert Vista ground ball. They'll get possession here. That was Grant Chavez.
Good trail check there by Nate LaGuardia. That's going to be a push.
There. They're going to call that a loose ball push. So we'll have Chandler with a chance here to clear it. He's got his man open. Chandler will get it.
Settle it here with Dylan.
Ground ball inside. Oh, tries to fire it over his head there. And Diggy, another save. Continuing to just shut down the offense. I don't know what we got there. Whistle. Not sure what the call was there. Are they too many men?
Looks like, yep, too many
4, 5,
offsides.
6.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're going to get
30 seconds.
Yeah, they'll call that a penalty since it was Chandler with the possession at the time. So we'll get to see the, just confirming here, yeah, 5 out there. So we'll see the Chandler extra man unit came up empty last time. Hoping to break through for their first goal.
Good opportunity here, yeah. Like you said, break through their first goal here, kind of settle everything down and get right back into it. 3-0 here, still a lot of time, and they just need to get one in here.
Oh, and another great save by Diggy. That shot came out quick from Dylan Finder. Found himself wide open in the middle there. Chandler getting right into their extra man play there, and it works. Again, they're getting scoring chances, but Diggy has just shut down every opportunity for them.
Yeah, this was a big talking point from Coach Tice was working on the ride here, and Chandler's done a great job of the ride. They've caused a few turnovers here, but again, they just got to get these balls to get in the back of the net. Diggy's been making some saves.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, they get a goal there. Shot number 7. That goes wide. Will stay Chandler ball. Another turnover that gives Chandler a chance here. And yeah, when you have Dylan wide open in the middle like that with that big lefty shot, he doesn't come away with no goal too often there. Chandler on offense here again. Number 3, Jake Zogelman dodges, moves it behind. Pass inside is deflected. Ground ball. Oh, off the pipe. Ground ball picked up by Desert Vista. Quick shot. That's going to be a shot.
There.
That's a good chase. That's going to be Desert Vista ball. That's a good hustle play by number 7, Braylon Edwards. You don't give up on the play. For those watching it, when that ball goes out of bounds, whoever is closest will get it. And he dives and gets himself closer right as the ball rolls out of bounds. Chandler again with a tenacious ride, though. Got a ground ball, number 27, Parker Jones. Moving it in transition a bit, but no numbers here, so we'll see Desert Vista slow it down. Ball behind at back right of the cage.
Yeah, it's tough because, like we said, Chandler's had so many shots and they're getting great looks, and it's either been unbelievable saves by Diggy. They've had a couple pipes, a couple big shots, but just not getting him behind the cage.
Yeah, dodge there by number 11, backside open, but he loses the ball, unable to get away with the shot. Chandler with the clear. That's number 21, Spencer Heath. He's going to have a chance here, moves it. They're going to take it out now with no numbers. See them move the ball. Dylan Finder up top. He's going to go early. Finds 34 open and a goal. Number 34, Jake Brown, gets his first goal of the night and the first for the Chandler Pumas.
Yeah, great goal there. Great look from Dylan Finder. Again, something that Coach Tice talked about is getting Desert Vista out of their comfort zone on defense there, and a great job drawing the slide from Dylan, finding the empty pockets, which they've been doing all half, but they finally were able to get one by Diggy. So great offensive possession there by Chandler.
Yeah, that's just good spacing by Chandler. Really puts Desert Vista's slide package in trouble there, and that's going to be too easy there. He draws that slide, which we talked about what an offensive threat Dylan can be, so that's going to happen and leaves the crease guy wide open. We've got a ground ball win there and a face-off win by Chandler. Ground ball by number 8, Nate LaGuardia again. Oh, another save there by Diggy. Another in-tight stop. So he lets one in, but picks right back up where he's been doing all night so far. The ride for Chandler, putting some pressure on Desert Vista again. They're going to come up with a ground ball. Another turnover due to their ride. You see Colin Hauser here.
Good timeout.
Yeah, great timeout there by the Chandler head coach. All right, Dustin, we're about 5 minutes and 46 seconds here left in the second quarter. If you're the Chandler coach right now, you call that timeout. What are you telling your players here?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just obviously, take a deep breath. I think at the end of the day, this is obviously a huge game, and you want to make sure you get those jitters out, which I think they're getting through. But, some of these shots, I think they've been a little timid. So, take a deep breath. We know how to run our offense. We've had some great looks. Now the biggest thing is just, like I said, moving Diggy off his line. He's a great player, and you got to find the ways to make him move. And so I think that's something that they're going to draw up here is ways that they can get their offense moving and get Desert Vista out of their spots.
We'll see if they can draw up a play here. But it really hasn't been the plays that has been the challenge. It's been beating the goaltender, number 2, Diggy Balderrama, who's been stellar for his whole A.L.L. career and looks to continue it with a chance to play in our state championship game Friday night. Thunder with a 3-1 lead right now. We've got 5 minutes and 46 seconds here left in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think this is another good chance for Chandler to also take some more possession. I think at the end of the day, possession is going to win these games, and the face-offs are in their control. So, get the ball moving around a little bit more. Take some time off the clock. You get another goal here. It's now a one-goal game, and you've kind of swung the game in your favor. There's still a lot of time. So I think a longer possession here would be good. Their defense has been playing a lot, and they've been back and forth in between the lines. So I wouldn't hate to see a longer possession here and get the right look.
See the players come back out here. As I mentioned before, we've got a beautiful night. It's about 80 degrees when the sun was still up. Might be getting a little cooler now. See Diggy wearing those sweatpants. I know a lot of goalies do that. They wear sweats no matter what.
Yep.
As I said, I was a former goalie, but I couldn't do that. I'd be sweating too much. Even though I probably should have covered up my chicken legs that I had. So that was...
Yeah, the goalies are a different breed, so they do what makes it work for them.
Yeah, that's working for them here tonight. And let's see this Chandler offense now, starting out with number 34. And right away, shot quick there by Jake Brown. Quick dodge. We'll see Chandler get restarted here from the sideline. Jake Beaver will pick it up. He maintains possession behind, moves it around. Chase White over to Vaughn Cabrera. Jake Zogelman, and he'll move it back to Jake Brown, looking to initiate again from the side. Wing dodge, defended well by Desert Vista.
Oh, good play.
Yeah, good look inside there. Oh, open. Oh, can't quite connect. Dylan Finder tries to find Jake Beaver on the backside. Open. Little long of a pass. Desert Vista will get it here. Let's see how the Chandler team chooses to ride here. A little more traditional look.
Yeah, a bit of a change-up on that offensive possession. They actually had Dylan on crease, and I think it was just they were trying to get them to slide and get Dylan's hands free, which they did. He was able to pop off the crease, and he was able to get his hands free. So good change of offensive possession there for Chandler.
Timeout Desert Vista. That'll be their last timeout of this first half here. Good timeout as their long stick defender was coming up with the ball and a little pressure there. We've seen the ride of Chandler cause some turnovers there. So there's a good chance, about 4 minutes and 48 seconds left. Desert Vista will get their offense out there and a chance for a possession here. You mentioned trying to get Dylan Finder the ball. We've not seen him find the back of the net here, and really only the one goal from Chandler that came from Jake Brown. But again, another chance. He wasn't able to hold on to that little kind of pop off the crease. So a couple chances that have been close, but they've not been able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, I think at halftime, regardless of what the score is going to be here in a couple minutes, I think they can walk away feeling good about how their offensive possessions have been. And again, I think it's just finding the way to get the ball through the back of the net. But again, they have found the opportunities, and they just got to get that goal through.
Players will take the field again here. We'll see number 88, Grant Miller in cage for Chandler. Number 11, Brandon Fountain for Chandler, starting out on defense here.
Yeah, similar comment I made about Chandler. I think Desert Vista, they've got a 2-goal lead here. I think they're comfortable with working some clock and getting the right look. So we'll see if they take that approach here. And Chandler, again, has been pretty stout on defense. So we'll see how this goes here for finish the half.
Yeah, Parker Jones trying to attack the net there. Well defended by number 21, Spencer Heath. We've said his name a lot. He's been all over the field as a tenacious defensive midi. Desert Vista moving it around. Kyle Lynch with the ball. He's looking to dodge. Moves it. Shot. Goal! Number 15. Kyle Lynch beats Grant Miller and extends the lead for Desert Vista. Back up to 3 goals.
Yeah, I hadn't called Kyle's name yet. Great dodge. Wanted to get to his strong side on his right and able to put it low. Bouncers will go, as they say. So it was a great take there by Kyle Lynch.
Yeah, good shot on the run. Slide just gets there a little bit late, and he's able to get that shot off. We'll be back at the face-off X here now. We'll see both players getting ready. 4 minutes exactly left in the second quarter. We'll battle at the X. We have a loose ball hold. It's going to be Desert Vista ball. So just like that, they'll get another chance now. Carrying it into the offensive zone. Number 11, Wilson Gray there. Making a move. Draws a slide, moves it back. Kyle Lynch now looking to attack from the wing here. Oh, feed. Shot by number 27 goes wide. Desert Vista maintains possession.
Yeah, Desert Vista still on the attack here. Again, I think they're definitely trying to get their goals. They know the kind of offense that Chandler has, so they want to get a good lead here before the half.
Good defense there. But well powered through by the Desert Vista attacker. They'll move it, attack from behind at X. Good slide. Good defense by Colin Hauser there on that slide. Still on ball there. This time he caused a turnover. All right, they're going to be playing out of bounds. Illegal procedure. Will be a turnover with Chandler ball. Good play by Colin Hauser, 77. He's all over the place there. Finally causes the turnover. Gives the Pumas a chance here. 21, Spencer Heath again. Good move to clear it. We'll see him come off, and the Chandler team will take their time getting their offensive players on here. Dylan Finder on the wing. Good defense there.
Yeah, Dylan looking for that matchup here. Just again trying to draw a slide and move the ball and get it to his right guys here.
Draws the slide there and moves it, but unable to get a shot off. Dylan has it again. Look at the feed, the crease.
Great look.
Great look, and a goal. Number 1, Jake Beaver, assisted by Dylan Finder.
Yeah, that was a great look there by Dylan. Again, he was on the wing to start. He was able to get his hands free, get that dodge right over the top side. And, again, we talked about it all half. The big thing was getting Desert Vista out of their comfort zone and sliding early. Chandler's got a lot of weapons on this offense, and he was able to find Jake there for the finish.
Yeah, all eyes on Dylan. Had about 3 defenders focused on him and able to find the backside guy open. Takes his time and beats Diggy. I mean, we've seen him make those saves so far tonight on those, but you can't save them all. And that time, the Pumas break through.
Good timeout there.
All right, that will be the second and final timeout for the Chandler Pumas with 1 minute and 47 seconds left here coming off of that goal. They now have a chance here to shrink the goal to 1. Anything you're talking about if you're a coach right now this timeout?
Yeah, I think if you're starting on the Chandler side, again, you see the momentum starting to swing. I think you've started to, hit those spots on the cage, and again, they're starting to find those lanes of Desert Vista's defense. And I think if you're Coach Landon on Desert Vista, you've obviously had the control of the half, but it's starting to swing towards Chandler, so you're just trying to calm your defense down and go back to the basics that were helping you in this first half, just applying a lot of pressure. And, I think Chandler's seen some life here, and it'll be a good finish here. For a minute 47, this is a good time for Chandler to, get their offense right and get the right guys on the field and get another goal here.
Yeah, minute 47. You may not be thinking that you want to just kind of take it down to the end here. We'll see what they choose to do. That could be an option, move it around and kill about a minute and then attack. But I think we've seen them get opportunities. Mm-hmm. We've mentioned just the stellar play of the goaltender for the Thunder there. So I have a feeling they'll probably try to continue to attack right away and stay in the offense that's been working for them.
Definitely. Yeah, there's still a lot of time here and even enough time to potentially get a couple more and get the lead. So I think we'll see, again, we'll see a lot of attention on Dylan, and they'll work around that. They're going back to that offensive set they did earlier where they had a good look where Dylan was on crease, and they'll try to get his hands free and draw a slide to get him popped up to the top.
Yeah, we'll start with Jake Zogelman here. Has a short stick on him, so might be looking to attack from behind. Defended by number 19, Jude Sosa. They are going to do that two-man game behind. Pick set by Jace White, the attackman. Good handle on a contested pass there by Jace. Chandler moves it around. Vaughn Cabrera over to Jake Beaver. Now to Jake Brown. We see Dylan on the crease there. Oh, what a behind-the-back shot there by Dylan. Good look. Sometimes that behind-the-back inside is your better option when your angle gets to crease there.
Oh, great move
Oh, wow.
there.
What a play.
Great move.
By number 19, Dylan Finder. And that's just a great individual effort. I mean, you see him almost score with that behind-the-back shot there. Gets his own back up to the shot, picks it up, and just runs by the defense. No fear to take that extra step to make sure he has an angle to score on. A lot of times you'll see players not get all the way around the crease because there's a body check coming or they don't want to get checked. Dylan's a big, strong player, and he just rolls around that crease and beats Diggy for the goal, bringing us to a 4-3 game with 58 seconds left.
Big face-off here, won by Desert Vista. Chandler looking to clear the ball here. They got a guy on the wing. Easy step over here.
Here we go. 38 seconds left for Chandler. No timeouts. Have to get right into their
good
offense.
cut.
Oh, what a look. Jake Brown tries to bury that cross-handed. Good backup, though. We'll see Jake Beaver get the ball. Oh, we'll scratch that. We'll start with Jace White behind. Defended by Tate Peterson. Jace drives the net. Inside roll. Almost. Tries to shoot that underhand, find that top corner. Good hustle there.
Good chase there.
The away team sideline. Not agreeing with the call, but I think the Chandler player had him beat there.
Yeah,
20 seconds left.
That's a 50-50 there. It's where the ball goes out, whoever's closest to it. Both were side by side, so that's going to be just to the ref's discretion. I know every coach has got their opinion, but that was just a good chase by both players.
Yeah, both players hustling there for sure. See the ball move to Jake Zogelman. All right, coming down. We've got about 6 seconds here. Jake Beaver picking it up. Got to attack quickly.
Got to go here.
Oh, wow. Missed opportunity. That was close there. Quick pass to number 34. Jake Brown can't handle it and get the shot off. And that's going to take us to halftime here at Basha High School. The Desert Vista Thunder leading the Chandler Pumas by a score of 4-3. Real kind of low-scoring defensive battle so far. What have you seen in this first half here?
Yeah, I think obviously early on it was, massive saves by Diggy for Desert Vista, and then all of a sudden Chandler started to find those pockets in the goal, and, they were dominating the faceoffs, and I think it was back and forth. There was points on both sides where Desert Vista was getting the ground balls, but, Chandler had a good ride. So I think the momentum definitely carried over to Chandler here to finish this half, but I think what we're seeing is they're starting to break that Desert Vista defense down, and, Desert Vista started out hot, but we're set up for a great finish here.
Yeah, great game so far. Once again, we've got a score of 4-3, Desert Vista with the lead, and we're going to take a break here for halftime, and we'll see everybody in a few minutes here. Clear? We're clear, right? Audio? And welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here with the Desert Vista Thunder holding a 4-3 lead over the Chandler Pumas. I am Brian Patillo, and I am joined here with Dustin Cowell. We are broadcasting for APN Video, and this is the semifinals of the A.L.L. Lacrosse League State Championship journey. Dustin, what did you see in that first half there?
Yeah, I think obviously Desert Vista came out firing. Diggy made some unbelievable saves, and their offense was able to get hot. And then just a tale of two quarters, right? Chandler came out and was able to finally get some past him, and they were able to find the pockets of that Desert Vista defense. I think their ride has been a big part of it as well. So I think both teams are fired up here, so we'll see how the second half goes.
Yeah, we'll see if we have any halftime adjustments there. You mentioned the ride has been a big part of the Chandler game here, and the Chandler offense we've been talking about it has been getting open looks and really certainly I think has the shot total advantage after that first half there, but the stellar play of number 2 Diggy Balderrama has been keeping Desert Vista with this lead. We saw Chandler kind of get a little bit of momentum there at the end of that second quarter, so we'll see if that can carry over here. About 30 seconds away from this second half starting.
Yeah, I don't really know if there's anything to change for Chandler. I think, like we've talked about in the first half, their offense was getting a ton of looks. I think it's just shot placement when it comes down to it. So wouldn't change anything on their side. I think defensively, playing a good game. I think Desert Vista just came out as the away team and got that first punch. So, again, we'll see some of the adjustments that were made. But I think this second half is going to come down to the face-off X. And, again, both teams don't have the deepest benches, so I think depth and finishing in the fourth quarter is going to be a big piece as well.
We've got a great evening here. We talked about the beautiful weather here tonight as this sun has gone down, and we are getting ready to kick off our second half here. We have Dylan Pethel for Desert Vista and Nathan Bowie at the face-off X for Chandler. Time face-off is up, and ground ball by Chandler. Number 8, Nate LaGuardia, and that will get possession here. And he's got a pathway to the goal. Oh, and he loses it. Unable to get the shot off. Wow, he had nobody around him in a doorstep opportunity. And we see Diggy make some of those doorstep saves. That time he doesn't have to. Nathan just loses the ball. You're going to want that one back, but we'll see how the defense responds now. Desert Vista on offense. We see Parker Jones carrying it there in the corner. Desert Vista offense moving it around on the wing now. Oh, two good saves there by Grant Miller. First shot, I think, went off the pipe from Desert Vista.
Ooh, like an ice pick there from Parker Jones.
Oh, that's probably going to be a push from behind.
Yep.
Yeah, I think some people, I don't know if the Desert Vista fans will be happy with that, but I think that was a push there. That's going to be 30 seconds. Chandler's going to get another man-up opportunity. They've not been able to capitalize on the first two that they had. That play started with a good save by Grant Miller, number 88 in goal by Chandler. And we'll see what the extra man unit brings out here.
Yeah, I think Chandler obviously had a couple opportunities in the first half on man-up, so here they are again getting a good opportunity first start of the third period here to tie this game up.
Ball starts up top with Jace White. Moving it around. Jake Brown on the wing moves it back. Chandler carries it around. Jake Beaver now. Just continuing to move it around. No real pressure yet. Desert Vista defending well. Their penalty releases, and they're back to all even. Oh,
Great
and
shot.
Dylan finds the back of the net. Beats Diggy right under the crossbar. You don't need an extra man opportunity when you give him the chance with his hands free to let that shot go. And we now have a tie game. Dylan with his second goal of the night.
Great shot there by Dylan again. Good job by Chandler working the ball around, finding the look they want. ultimately having Dylan on that backside there for a great look on Diggy.
When you get to this time of year, you need your best players to be your best players and make those plays. And I would say right now the two players that come to mind when you think of these teams, Dylan Finder and Diggy for Desert Vista, are certainly battling out tonight and showing why they're very well respected in their peers in the Arizona Lacrosse League here. We got a dodge here, an attack by Jace White. Shot on goal, saved by Diggy. Loose ball in front still. Desert Vista will get it here. Chance to clear.
Yeah, again, let's see if Chandler goes with that deep ride here. Was giving Desert Vista trouble in the first half, and it looks like, again, they're having some trouble clearing the ball. Oh, good job there. You got numbers here.
Good opportunity in transition. Oh, and a shot and a goal. Number 14. I think it was 14. We'll have to check the goal on that one there. It must be the one with 13. It's the other 13 probably.
Yeah, probably.
I think that might be Brecken Mosina there. I have a little roster discrepancy with our numbers here. We'll apologize for that. Doing our best up here. But that time they break the ride and get a good numbers opportunity out of it. Desert Vista comes back on top.
Looks like Desert Vista changed it up on the face-off here, going with the pole, creating more of a ground ball, and Chandler comes away with it.
Oh, nice move there. Nate LaGuardia, the pole, gets a shot inside this time. That time he gets the shot off, doesn't lose it, but the behind-the-back attempt does not go. Backed up by Chandler. We'll see Jake Beaver bring it in from the end line. Not sure what the other whistle was there. Oh, we had a lost cleat equipment timeout there. He's got to come off. That will be Grant Chavez. He'll have to go over and fix his blown tire there. And Chandler with the ball on offense here.
We have obviously talked a lot about Dylan Finder. And another player that obviously Chandler relies heavily on is Jace White. So we have seen him get a couple looks here, but look to see him start to try to take over as well, to take some of the load off of Dylan here in the second half.
Yeah, we see Dylan kind of in that middle there, trying to be his guy's the hot guy, which draws him off and gets a chance for him to get the ball. We see him quarterbacking out there, putting his players in spots. Senior leader for the team here. He's going to dodge now and attack. Well defended by Desert Vista. Andrew Piazza, we mentioned his name before. Oh, hold on. Let's see. We're going to get a clarification here. I think that was a close one on who was closer. The side referee will come down and sort of get his sense. They're going to keep with Desert Vista. I think that was one of those where when the ball goes out of bounds is when it matters. So sometimes those players keep running,
right,
and it looks like somebody got there first because they're closer to the end line, but it wasn't when the ball went out of bounds.
Very similar to the one in the first half where they were neck and neck. I think they might have given this one to Desert Vista, but yeah, it's where the ball goes out, whoever's there last.
Yeah, I hear the crowd looking for an over and back. It's not over the back until they get it into the offensive zone there. So if you hear some unhappy away crowd on the microphone, that's that. We'll see Desert Vista here on offense now. Looking to expand their lead. Good move there. Draws a slide. Good slide by Chandler. Ground ball wins. Spencer Heath runs it up. We might get a little fast break action here. Chandler with a chance here. Oh, shot and saved by Diggy. You want to take advantage of those number opportunities.
Yeah, they had numbers there. They had Jake Brown, one more there, but I get it. Semifinal game, you want to make big plays. So,
and sometimes those long pole shots can be tricky for a goalie. So he had an opportunity there. You can always second guess what happens, but a good attempt and another save by Diggy to keep his team in the lead. We'll see Desert Vista again on offense here.
Yeah, I was going to say, when the fast break happened, they should have taken the stick off. They had a broken stick out in the field. So
another equipment issue there. Yeah, so we'll get just officials timeout. We have 6 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Desert Vista with the ball. Number 15, Kyle Lynch, starting it in the quarter. Moves it around. Starting to dodge up top here. Wilson Gray loses the ball. Good defense by Chandler. Ground ball. And a clear. That was Jace Handley with the ground ball there. Oh, and an almost opportunity. Jake Brown tries to get that up top and find Jake Beaver on the opposite side. Can't connect. Desert Vista will get it. See this Chandler ride this time again. Desert Vista beats it, but pressure at the corner here. This is what you want. Even if you can't stop the clear completely, you get them in a tough spot. And they do there. That ball is still loose and recovered and picked up.
Good call there.
By Jace White. And he's taking a beating out there. And he's going to draw another penalty. And he's going to draw another penalty. We're going to have a whistle here.
Yeah, number 4's got to be careful. He just got another penalty, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be it's not looking good. So we saw another flag on the far side. We saw not only the flag go and then
the hat go.
Second flag, a hat go. Yeah, and I think the refs actually blew that one dead early. I don't know if it really was a change of possession, but just kind of due to the nature of that, those set of penalties there. Again, we'll have to see. We won't have a full confirmation from the scorer's table, but we're going to look at a few minutes of penalties, I believe, at least at first. That first one was probably just a push, but it escalated from there. And we'll let the officials sort this out.
Those are always tough, too, when the player's on the ground. You're trying to get the ball away and more than likely going to hit helmet or body. So I think that's where we may get a second penalty for hitting the guy on the floor. And then the hat coming off, I think maybe just an additional frustration play there.
Yeah, and I believe, and sometimes I get this wrong because it's been a while since I've played, but I mean, he's on the ground. You can't really initiate that check like that. That's really where the call is kind of coming from, and they're probably again blowing the whistle there out of a safety concern. You can't just bury the guy with another hit when he's laying on the ground or sitting on the ground. So we'll let the refs sort this out here.
So it looks like they waved off one flag. I noticed Billy
like
waved one off.
But that looked like it was on Chandler. So
yeah, so Desert Vista is going to be in the box for...
Yeah, and it looks like I just see one player down, so it looks like they're all on number 4. And I imagine, I didn't catch the call, but I imagine at least one of them is non-releasable.
Yeah, it looked like a illegal body check is the second one that I saw potentially. So if I had to guess, he's definitely in there for at least 2 minutes between the push and the illegal body check and a possible third.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough. You know, you got a 1-goal lead here for Desert Vista. You've been battling and defending well. Again,
actually, it looks like there's 2 guys. There's one guy sitting down on the floor by Coach Lannon.
So it looks like they might have 2 there.
Yeah, and
I'm not sure. Also, though, Desert Vista ball.
So I think the last call was on Chandler for, it looks like as they were leaving the field, maybe a possible unsportsmanlike that gave Desert Vista the ball.
Oh, that's going to be tough. I'm sure probably the crowd's a little confused there too, but you're probably right there, Dustin. That looks like what it was, and if you're Chandler, you know, you don't want to make those mental mistakes. You had a good opportunity there. And this time the double team by Chandler is going to get them the ball back, so the extra penalty loses them some time, but it looks like, although we've got a ground ball here, it looks like they're going to get settled in now on offense. It looks like they just have the one man down, and it looks like we're probably 5-on-5 here. Yeah, so we're 5-on-5 right now. There you go. The Chandler penalty is released. So we will have the man-up unit. They're moving it around over up top. Jace White finds Dylan inside. Shot. Goal! by number 19, Dylan Finder, assisted by Jace White. That'll be Dylan's third goal of the game. And that time he does it with a nice bounce shot low and away from the goalie. We've seen him score with that powerful shot up high, and this time he finds it inside with the bounce shot to beat Diggy and get the tying goal here at 5-5.
Yeah, and it looks like both of those penalties were released too, so
I guess not releasable there.
Yeah,
so
but great look there for Chandler, but yeah, back to even strength.
So Chandler takes advantage of the penalty to even the score up here. So we've got another face-off between Nathan Bowie. We're going to call a procedure there. So it will be Desert Vista ball.
Yeah, great job by Chandler on that last goal. Again, looking for Dylan on that man-up opportunity, able to take advantage of it, and we have got ourselves a tie game.
Kyle Lynch with the ball there, moves it up top. Good defense by Chandler. Jacob Spears, number 93. But tenacious play by Wilson Gray. Holds on to the ball. Deterred from attacking, but he's going to find himself matched up now with a short stick defender here. Trevor Bowden, it looks like it's the number. So this is a good matchup here for Desert Vista. We'll see Wilson Gray attack the short stick defender. That time he moves it. Good defense. Kyle Lynch moving it around. Nolan King Zimmerman now.
Ooh.
Shot from the outside. I couldn't tell if they got the Piper if that went off of Grant there. But either way, doesn't go into the net. Desert Vista gets the ground ball.
Yeah, that looked like it may have made some contact with Grant.
Oh, and we got a goal there. Number 14.
I believe that is going to be Brecken Mazina, number 14.
Yeah, that is going to be his second of the night. Desert Vista regains the 1-goal lead. So back and forth here. 3 minutes and 26 seconds left.
Looks like Dylan Finder is going to be taking the face-off.
Yeah, just doing a little bit of everything here. We've seen him usually have that big dodge up top. We've seen him inside on the crease get the ball. And the Desert Vista face-off man, Dylan Pethel, coming up with the win there.
Again, heavy ride here by Chandler. Good clear.
Good pass by the goaltender, getting it to Brecken Mozina there, or who we think is Brecken.
Yeah, we'll go with Brecken until otherwise.
Parker Jones there attacking, defended well. He's going to take it, carry it behind. Looks up top, number 18, shot, save by Grant Miller. Good look there for the Desert Vista offense. They will inbounds it from the end line. Desert Vista taking their time here. Parker Jones up top.
Kyle Lynch coming in now.
Moves the ball to Kyle Lynch, coming in with momentum. And a save by Grant Miller. Good shot opportunity there. He drives the net hard. Looked like he was going to end up in the crease, but he's also going to draw a penalty.
Yeah, it looks like a slash. There.
So good aggressive dodge by Desert Vista. Draws the penalty here. We'll see their man up. That's their first man up of the
I was just
night,
about to say, I think
yeah.
this is their first man up, so.
We'll see 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter here. Desert Vista with a 1-goal lead, 6-5, looking to expand it with their first extra man opportunity. Just moving the ball around in that 3-3 set. Initiating their offense now. Long shot there. Nolan King-Zimmerman stopped by Grant Miller. Good save by the goalie, and Chandler will get a chance to clear it here.
Oh.
Spencer Heath puts his shoulder down and clears that. Flag down.
Yeah, those are tough as an attackman. As you're losing that space on the ride, you have that tendency to want to make that last standing hit before they cross the midfield line. So I think just a mental error there by Desert Vista.
We'll see what they call. I think it might have been a cross check, but we'll see what the official call is. But right now we've got Chandler with the ball. Jace White up top, and they're going to get a free play here. He dodges quick down the alley. Backside's there. Oh,
good re-dodge there by Dylan.
Oh. Tries to get that shot off. Looked like he had an opportunity there for Jake Beaver on the doorstep. The shot goes wide. It will be Chandler ball. We'll see what the official penalty call is here. Yeah, it was a cross check. So trying to drive on the sideline there. Cross check will be a 1-minute penalty. So Chandler, with about the length of this third quarter, 58 seconds left, having a chance to get the equalizer. They're going to come right out, move the ball, some motion on the backside. Ball moves behind. Up top, Dylan, shot wide. That step-down threat is going to be there on that man-up unit.
Yeah, the movement's there. They just got to put the ball on cage, but they've had a lot of opportunities in this game for man-up.
Backed up by Chandler. They're retaining possession here. Moves it to Dylan. Shot by Jace is blocked there by the defender, number 10. That is a big hit by Dylan Finder. I don't know what the penalty is there. I mean, I hope that player's okay. We've got a player down, but I mean, that looked like as clean a body check that you could throw. Yeah,
obviously both players going for the ball, and I think it's running out of real estate there on the field.
I don't know, but it's tough. We're not down there, obviously. Ref's right there on top of the ball, but that looked like a pretty good lacrosse play. I hope that player is okay. Looked like he kind of went shoulder right to chest, so maybe got the wind knocked out of him. I'm hoping that's what happened. Oh, yeah, maybe on his way down, his head might have hit the field. That could have been part of it, too. So,
I
the
think
players
just
take a break here. And
I think you're right, Brian. I think it was just kind of a nice bang-bang play, body check there. But it just kind of, from up here, it's obviously a different view. But, you hope that he's okay.
It looks like he is sitting up, so that's a good sign. We hear the clap there. Players able to get up and walk off the field, so that's always good there. A lot of respect for these student athletes playing a real tough physical game here, and you see it with that play. We'll see what the call is going to be. I don't know if the refs have signaled it yet. Looks like it'll likely be on Dylan, who threw the hit, so that could be a little bit of a double whammy there for Chandler. They're going to call an illegal body check
to the
head, and they're going to say unreleasable. Not sure of the time. That's a tough call. That's tough because you're going to have a non-releasable penalty there, and that's bad enough, and you've just lost your best player who has 3 goals so far this game and had a lot of chances for a couple more. So we'll see how Chandler responds here. We've got 24 seconds left in this third quarter, and it's going to be Desert Vista ball as a result of the penalty.
Yeah, it looks like the player, too, for Desert Vista was Tate Peterson, so good to see him up on his feet and make it over to the bench.
And we'll see. I don't know for sure. I mean, considering they called it non-releasable, I don't know if they called it a 2-minute penalty or a 1 minute.
Yeah, and we're 5v5 too because Desert Vista is still serving that cross check from the attackman. So, but Desert Vista
is a good call there, yeah, too. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to just hold it here. Let's see what they do.
Yeah,
get a touch and hold it, which will allow them to maintain possession.
Yeah, if you're Chandler here, maybe put some pressure, make them force a pass to avoid that possession going into the fourth quarter. Because, yeah, he has to hold on to the ball here to keep that possession.
Smart there, not throwing it. You don't want to get stuck in that part there. So Desert Vista will run out the third quarter here. Because of the penalties, will maintain possession going into the fourth with a 6-5, 1-goal lead behind the stellar play of goalie Diggy Balderrama, who's really been the key player for Desert Vista. And they're going to have to start this fourth quarter, Chandler will, without their top offensive player, Dylan Finder, still in the box. Dustin, what are you telling your players here now as we get into the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think the fourth quarter, obviously, it's going to come down to every single person on the field. It's, this is the last 12 minutes, so I think you got to just stay focused and stick to the game plan. Obviously, being man down to start this quarter isn't great, but you got to put a lot of trust in your defense here if you're Chandler. And, if you're Desert Vista, obviously rally around your group. And, you've got a lead right now. So, again, I think it's going to come down to the last whistle here. And I think both coaches are just trying to, keep their guys under composed and, should be a good finish.
Yeah, you mentioned, Dustin, composure. That's going to be a big thing. We saw, obviously, the earlier penalties that got called when things got a little bit crazy there, and then obviously a big call at the end there on Dylan. So both teams got to be knowing and conscious that the refs might be calling this a little tight here going into the fourth quarter, and be prepared for playing accordingly. Chandler having to make up with the deficit here. Again, we weren't able to confirm the length of that penalty, so we're not sure how long Dylan will be out for. But he does have 3 of their 5 goals and would likely be a key part of their offense as they get into the fourth quarter here. Of course, they still have the play of their other players who've made an impact here tonight. Jace White. We've also got goals from Jake Brown and Jake Beaver. Desert Vista, just going through the scoring again, we've got goals by Parker Jones, Nolan King-Zimmerman, Wilson Gray, Kyle Lynch, and 2 for Brecken Mozina. Balanced scoring on the Desert Vista side. We should have an exciting end here and find out which team will be going to the state championship. And I'm not sure, did we get an official final in that Brophy game? Or
I believe 18-4 was the official for that game.
Yeah, so we knew there was a large margin of victory there. That we think that has gone final, but either way, we feel pretty comfortable saying for sure that Brophy came away with that win based on the score updates we were getting. So whoever wins this game here will find themselves facing off against the defending state champs, the now 3-time defending state champs, who will be going for their 4th straight state championship unless one of these teams can derail them. But to get there, they'll have to get out of this game tonight. And we are getting started here now, the final 12 minutes of our semifinal matchup. Desert Vista with the ball on offense. And they're going to get their original penalty release now, so we'll have their extra man unit out. Moving the ball behind there. Wheeling it around. Shot and a goal by number 11, Wilson Gray. From distance, in man up. Gets the man up goal. And that will be his 2nd of the night. And that's a big goal there, because that happened pretty fast. And we still have the penalty locked in. So Desert Vista now with a chance at the face-off X. Again, we'll see Dylan Pethel go up against Nathan Bowie for Chandler. And they're going to have to face off man down here.
Yeah, if you're Chandler here, you're able to get possession, obviously kill that penalty and get your offense settled back in and try to find one. But great shot there by Wilson Gray on that last goal.
And we've got a procedure call. So Chandler will get it here off the face-off. They will be man down. I don't know if you want your long stick picking it up here. He's smartly waiting for his teammate to get it. That's a heads-up play there by Nate LaGuardia. See Jake Zogelman carrying the ball. Moving it back to Nate. They'll move it around. Jace White. And again, they'll have to do this with Dylan Finder in the box. Leading on Jake Zogelman here.
Look for Chandler to just kill this time and wait for Dylan to get on the field. I would imagine he will step on once his penalty is released, but look for Chandler to try and kill this time.
Got a double team here as they try to take advantage of their numbers game. Jake Zogelman's got a line to the cage, looks behind. Well defended there. Jake Beaver unable to get that extra step to get a shot off. Defended well by Desert Vista after that double team went a little awry. Jake Beaver carrying it around under pressure from Jackson Mox on defense there.
Yep. Dylan about to be released here.
Yeah, that was a big... If you're Chandler, you got to be pretty happy you only gave up 1 goal in that scenario. And he's going to come out, Dylan, with the ball, dodging fast. He was running like he was a little angry after getting that penalty there.
You can't give that much space to Dylan. Once he gets that full head of steam, it's tough to stop him. So, but yeah, he was excited to get out of that box and get that goal.
That big lefty shot goes wide. We're going to see the ball carried behind here. Jake Beaver having it there. Jake Zogelman looks to take it behind. We haven't really seen them go back to this two-man game yet as much this second half here.
It looked like Diggy was trying to come out and get a check himself.
A check there.
Good shot.
Oh, what a play there. Jake Zogelman draws his team within 1 as he scores a big goal with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Just good individual effort. He had that short stick defenseman on him, runs it around, gets just enough angle, shoots it off of his defender. That's tough for goalies. You've got a little bit of a screen there. Finds the far pipe. We've got a 1-goal game here.
Big face-off here. Another GB. Looks like Dylan coming up with it for Desert Vista. Oh, and throws it away.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. You miss those face-offs. You win the face-off.
You got numbers here for Chandler.
Yeah, running it down here. Chandler.
Oh, great save.
Great save by Diggy. The shot from the defenseman.
Good ground ball by Jace White.
Colin Hauser there. Great ground ball. Good tenacious play there.
Oh, good. Oh, and another penalty.
It was a little bit high and behind there. So
well, you got numbers here if you want it on Dylan's side.
You're going to get a free play, too.
Yep.
And a goal by number 34, Jake Brown, assisted by Dylan Finder. And we've got a tie game.
It's exactly what I talked about, Brian. It's the ground ball efforts in the fourth quarter, and you see there Jace White getting harassed on the ground ball, able to come up with it, and they push that offside with Dylan, and he's able to find Jake for a great goal.
Yeah, and you could see it just the attention that Dylan draws, and I know we've said his name a lot, but he really has been doing it this game. I mean, he's got 3 goals, and there he gets the assist. He's been in tight on the crease. He's been dodging. He's been riding. He's been all over the place. And we'll see if he's got some more left in the tank here, as we've got a 7-7 tie ball game with 9 minutes and 6 seconds left. And also, don't want to gloss this over, there was a flag down. It looked like it was for a cross-check, so not only Chandler get the goal, but we'll get a chance at a man-up face-off here, and we could have a quick man-up opportunity for them if they can come away with possession. Face-off won by Dylan for Desert Vista there. They're going to get a timeout call. Smart timeout call. So we're in the fourth quarter here. Tie game. Chandler's got a man advantage here. Dustin, if you're the defense there, are you coming out and doubling the ball, or are you going to have a kind of a backer sort of just there in case anything happens?
Yeah,
what are you telling your team?
I think you want to definitely have more of a backer approach. I think if with it being a tie game and the momentum swings of this game, I think if you were to try and put a lot of pressure on DV and they're able to break that pressure, then you're running into an uneven situation. So I think be smart here, have a backer, have it ready to go for a free slide, similar to what DV did on the last possession when they were man up. So I think that would be the smart play here, and don't get overly aggressive. There's 9 minutes is an eternity in lacrosse, so I think there's plenty of time for them to not have to be overly aggressive here.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of good lacrosse here left to play. 9 minutes, 7-7 in the fourth quarter here. Really just been a great lacrosse game. We can't ask for a better matchup. Two evenly matched up teams that have just been battling back and forth all night. And we'll see Desert Vista start with the ball here. Looks like Kyle Lynch will have it in the top corner.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to double the ball here.
Go the double,
they're going to force. They're going to take away top side with the pole, and they're going to force him alley with the shorty, which is a smart move here to try and cause a turnover. So I expect him to try and stay in this spot where Brandon Fountain will take away top side, and Spencer will force him to the alley.
Yeah, two good defenders there for Chandler. They're going to at least put some pressure on him and make his life difficult here as they try to kill that penalty.
Yeah, good job here by Brandon Fountain taking away top side, and Spencer there for that extra help. Got to be careful here. Don't want to get overly aggressive.
You don't want to push from behind. I mean, he's protecting that. He's got to be out of bounds there, yeah. So good. The double team work. I will say they really had to work for it there. That was a great individual effort to hold on to that ball and kill as much time as possible. I don't think Desert Vista will be unhappy with that outcome, but Chandler will get it now, and we'll see how much time will be left in that penalty. Oh, they
costly
throw
turnover
it away.
there.
Turnover will give it right back to Desert Vista here, but it'll be a little deeper, so Chandler will have a chance to have that ride. And they've got everybody pulled back here. Uh-oh, somebody's open in the middle there.
Desert Vista's
miscommunication.
Offsides too. Oh, they got away with one there.
Oh, I think they had somebody
on the box side. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it had some controversy if that was the case. But great heads-up play. Desert Vista beats the ride there and finds number 14, Brecken Mozina, for the hat trick. His third goal leaves Desert Vista with the 1-goal lead now.
Yeah, good catch on that box play, too. I think that guy just stepped on right at the right time.
Yeah, that penalty had gotten released.
Yep.
And that
smart
was
play.
One of the main things that helped them be able to do that. And we're going to have a big face-off here. Again, Dylan Pethel going up against, I think that's Nathan Bowie there still. Oh, no, maybe not. Desert Vista shot. Defended. Grant Miller with the ground ball under pressure. Gets it away to his defenseman. He's in pressure. Timeout. Looks like we've got a timeout by Chandler.
Yep. Chandler also has had Dylan at attack for the last few minutes. I think obviously the strategy here is have your best player on the field at all times. So I don't hate that idea by Coach Tice there to keep Dylan on the field for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get an opportunity to get him out there. You don't have to worry about subbing him off through the box or losing any time there. Good timeout. That'll be Chandler's first timeout of this second half. So both teams with one timeout remaining. 7 minutes and 43 seconds left here with Desert Vista leading with a 1-goal lead, 8-7. And we'll have Chandler start with the ball the back right of the cage. So they'll have to clear it, get the ball on offense, and try to beat Diggy for an equalizing goal here. So if you're the Chandler coach and you're kind of setting up your offense here after this clear, what are you telling your players there?
Yeah, I'll be very curious to see what they set up. And normally in this situation, I feel like this would be a Dylan Finder punt return. But I will be curious to see what they do here. Obviously, Spencer Heath, 21, has been a clearing machine for Chandler. So I could see him in this position. Obviously, they feel comfortable with Nate LaGuardia. Obviously, you don't want a ball in the pole's hand, but I think they feel comfortable with him carrying the ball. So I think here you want your best ball handler to get up the field. Obviously, Desert Vista is going to put a lot of pressure on him, and we'll see what they bring here. But if I had to guess, I think we'll see Dylan in this situation with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, let's see what they choose to do. It looks like they're going to keep him back, so he may still be sitting in that attack spot.
Looks like LaGuardia is going to get the ball, so they may try to They got a bunch of guys on the offensive half. I think what they're looking to do is potentially have Dylan step over here and get the ball. They've got, it looks like they're going to set
heads up play there. Yeah, and then Desert Vista
will follow.
Prepared for it. Yeah, that's good coaching. But there you see that speed of Dylan as he takes it down the sideline. So good chess match there between both coaches. Chandler able to get possession, though.
Yeah, if you're Chandler here, you don't have to rush. A one-goal game does not mean you have to put too much pressure. I think you just need to keep doing what you're doing on offense and don't feel rushed. Again, we talked about it. There's a lot of lacrosse left, so you do not have to feel rushed in this situation.
Yeah, Jake Zogelman with the ball up top. Short stick defender on him. He'll dodge down the alley. You see that two-man game there with Jace.
Yeah, they're trying to get that switch on Jace with the short stick, but good job by Desert Vista communicating there at the backside.
Yeah, let's see if they try to run that again. Jace comes in. Wow, what a shot by Jace White. Finds the top corner coming around the cage. That is a great individual effort. He gets just enough of an angle to fire it past the defenseman and just finds that top corner on the far side. We had a great view from where we are, and that'll bring us back to a tie game. We've got some excitement here in this semifinals. We're back to the face-off X. Score of 8-8, 6 minutes and 46 seconds left.
Great shot there by Jace White. Getting to his free hand of his right side up the top hash there. Great opportunity for his shot. Good ground ball.
Yeah, Spencer Heath picks it up for Chandler. Good face-off win.
Got to get a touch here. Play it smart.
Get that possession. They'll get their players back on here. Dylan Finder drawing a lot of attention there. And he's got a lot of people looking at him. Still carrying it. Finds his open man.
Oh, good idea. Want to get the right shot there.
Yeah, that was good. Good decision. Maintains possession. Finally shoots it wide. Dylan's going to pick it up here at X. He's going to be defended. Grant Chavez right there on defense. Oh, backside. Shot by Jake Zogelman. Tries to get that in cross-handed. Unable to. Looks like
another deep ride here by Chandler, trying to force a turnover.
We see all their players pull back here. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Good clear by Desert Vista.
Got pressure here.
It's Braylon Edwards there.
He's had a couple good clears today.
Yeah, good play there. They're going to carry it behind here.
Don't have to force it here.
Shot goes wide. Bounce shot unsuccessful there. Ground ball by 99, Jace Hanley. Oh, that's going to draw a flag there. I looked down for a second. Push from behind. Is that what we're thinking at least?
Yeah, definitely a push from behind.
It's a tough penalty to take there. We've got 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Push. So it's just going to be 30 seconds here. Chandler will have to move quick, but they get a chance with their extra man unit to break this tie and get a lead here. 5 minutes and 11 seconds left. We'll see what the defense of Desert Vista has in store.
Yeah, Chandler's obviously had a lot of man-up opportunities today and have cashed in on some, but a lot of early looks. But we'll see if they can break the tie here.
See extra man get right into their motion there out of that initial 3-3 set. Chandler moving it around. Oh, and a shot by Vaughn Cabrera. Beats the goalie for Desert Vista and gets a 1-goal lead with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this fourth quarter.
Great shot there by Vaughn Cabrera. It might have looked like there was a potential block for Diggy there. Couldn't maybe have seen it, but overall, great shot placement by Vaughn. And again, we talked about it. So many opportunities for Chandler at the man up, and they finally cashed in on one. So big face-off here for Nathan and Dylan.
Just great room and time shot. We've been talking about the big guns with Dylan and Jace Von Cabrera there with a timely goal in the fourth quarter here. Great defensive hustle there by Nate LaGuardia.
Oh, that's another costly penalty there.
Draws a penalty. I think it was a slash to the head, it looks like.
Yeah, he's going to get some type of slash
That
there.
is a tough penalty because right now you've also got a free play here. About 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Chandler can also just really take their time here. There's a lot of time left, so I'm not saying run out the clock, but it gives them the opportunity to be in control and get a free play here.
Yeah, this is a good chance for them to really just settle it down. Obviously, emotions are high, and you don't want to make any simple mistakes here. So if I was Dylan here, I think what he's going to do is just give him some time here and get the right shot off. But, again, you've got a free play coming.
Yeah, and Desert Vista, kind of a little bit of like a zone look here, it looks like maybe, as they're defending behind here. They've got that slide guy just sitting there in like a zone backer. So they want to defend and are looking to slide quick to Dylan with this defensive setup here.
Yeah, the zone isn't going to help them as far as getting a shot clock warning.
Yeah, shot by
Jake Brown.
Jake Brown goes wide. That's going to bring up the penalty there now. So they do deter the offense with that defensive play there. But now we'll see the man down unit have to come up with another stop. And you mentioned momentum and tough time to take a penalty. You get the go-ahead goal with your man up unit. You get to roll your man up unit right back out there. They're feeling good. We'll see what the defense for Desert Vista has. Of course, Diggy Balderrama in net has made some timely saves for them.
Yeah, if you're Desert Vista here, this just comes down to communication. I think in a tight game like this, being man down with not a lot of time left, you just got to communicate. This is the one time that everybody on man down's got to be talking. And if you can get a stop here, this would be a big change for DV for sure.
Yeah, and we have Jake Brown with the ball on the side there, taking his time with Chandler. They're not looking to press, so they must be thinking that they're going to try to take this whole clock off with this penalty.
Yeah,
get a shorter game.
You won't get a stall warning here, being man down and no pressure on the ball. If Desert Vista just sits there, they're not going to give them that stall opportunity. But, again, if DV does really well here communicating, this could be a good stop for them.
Oh, and they get a good check there. Let's see if they come up. If they don't, looks like they're starting to press now. So just killing a little bit of time there. And that's Dylan Finder with the shot. Misses the cage. Good look there. Backed up by Jake Beaver, who will bring it in. Still man up. About 2 minutes and 55 seconds now. We'll see him press here.
Yeah, it looks like Desert Vista's packing a little bit more, staying tight, not letting those skip passes happen, which is good in this situation. You want to stay tight here.
Yeah, well defended there. The penalty ends. We are back to all even.
Good
Backside
look.
open. Oh, what a save.
save.
Diggy with a huge save there.
Right off his leg.
Chandler with the chance. But they get the backup. They still have possession here. We're closing in on 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So you're starting out. Jace White's got an angle here.
Smart play there by Jace. Smart play.
Yeah, that was a good decision to pull out, not force the shot, and he's able to hold it after the defense collapsed on him. He's
they got to keep it in, too, now. Under 2 minutes, they have to keep it inside the box here.
We're just at 2 minutes there. There's Dylan. Finds a guy on the crease. Shot. Goes wide.
Big ground ball here. Both teams still have a timeout if they want one to get the possession.
And that's going to be out of the box. So you mentioned it. So that's going to be Desert Vista ball, and they're going to take off right away. Kyle Lynch gets that, and he's got a line to the field. Pass goes wide. Let's see if it gets out of bounds.
And
it's kept in.
Great effort.
But nobody there for Desert Vista, and it gets picked up by
timeout call.
99, James
Great
Hanley.
timeout call.
And he gets possession and gets the timeout for Chandler. And yeah, that's the old, you could still do that in high school, call your timeout in your own end there.
It's a great effort by Nolan King Zimmerman, though, to keep that ball alive. could have easily just let that go and hope the defense played it. But great effort by him. And, yeah, Chandler's going to have to keep it in the box for the last, part of this game here. And for those that don't know what that means, essentially when a team is winning by 4 goals or less under 2 minutes, they have to stay inside the offensive box. And if at any point they step outside of that offensive box, and it is immediate turnover, which we saw in the last possession there. So, coach is going to draw up a play for them, obviously, to keep the best ball handlers with the ball and keep them. You want to keep this ball at X. You want to find the spots at X where you're not getting pushed out to the alleys and up top towards where you could turn that ball over. So I would imagine that Chandler is going to draw something up here to keep this ball behind the cage so that Desert Vista has to force a turnover.
Yeah, and this is going to be that time of the game where we've gotten down to 1 minute and 29 seconds. So Chandler will be most likely not looking to score unless they kind of have a wide open pathway. But before they get there, they'll have to clear it. It's going to start at, we've got football lines here, so it's around like the 30-yard line, I think. And we'll see what Desert Vista does on the ride to try and potentially force the turnover on their side of the field. I know they've had some pressure rides before. They've done a 10-man ride at different times.
Yep.
Might be a good opportunity rather than waiting till it comes down, but we'll see what they choose to do, and we'll see what Chandler sets up. Last time we saw Nate LaGuardia pick it up. Looks like this time it's going to be Dylan Finder. You mentioned that, Dustin. That, he's a guy who knows how to run and use this full field here, and that looks like that's what the game plan's going to be. And he's going to come out with 2 guys on him for Desert Vista. We'll see if he does move it or if he's just going to use his speed here.
Yeah, you've got an attackman on you, so they got to stop at the midline. So just run right through him. And, again, now you got to keep it in. And
he does it there. Dylan just runs that over. He's smartly going to go down the alley here before he goes into the box. So that's a good heads-up play by the senior. Yeah,
keep this ball at X here. Force Desert Vista to have to come out and make a turnover. You don't want to find yourself towards the alley because then they can push you out, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, and they are doubling right away, and the goalie's still in the net. So if Chandler moves the ball here, they can have some opportunities because somebody's going to be open. They're kind of looks like they're having that kind of backer zone setup, but just sort of sending him as a double right away. And that time they find it, and they lose it. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Vaughn Cabrera fighting for it, loses it. Desert Vista gets it. Diggy with the ball in goal. 40 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. Desert Vista down 1 goal.
Good ride here by Jace White.
This is really great play here. Killing time, too. Oh, and that stuff, it's going to be a timeout by Desert Vista. Probably not the one he wanted to take. Probably wanted to get it in the offensive zone there, but great defense on the ride by Jace White, the attackman, slowing down, putting some pressure on, forces their early timeout there. So now we're going to see what Desert Vista draws up. Similar situation to what we just had, except obviously they've got to score, but they're going to have to start with a clear. Ball will be around a similar spot. They'll have to get it in their offensive end. 30 seconds left here. 1 goal deficit. What are you doing if you're the Desert Vista coach right now?
Yeah, I think obviously you're putting the ball in your playmakers' hands, and obviously we've seen Brecken Mazzina, we've seen Wilson Gray, we've seen Kyle Lynch, time and time again be the go-to guys. So I wouldn't be surprised if the ball ends up being in one of those guys' hands. And obviously Wilson Gray is a senior. I think someone that you trust and you want the ball to be in his stick. So I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being a shot for him. Again, but Brecken's obviously had a great game. So I'll be curious to see. And again, Kyle Lynch, another great player. But if you're Chandler here, you got to be patient. You got to be smart. You have the lead. There's no reason to play overly aggressive and get a bad penalty. So just play smart, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and here's they've got Dylan on the field playing attack. He's going to be down on the ride here. Jace White and Jake Brown also on the field. Desert Vista coming out and pretty much they're set clear. Doesn't seem like anything too exotic.
Looks like Kyle Lynch is going to clear the ball for Desert Vista.
Yeah, and he's going to be defended by Jake Hanley. Oh, they're going to come off. Jake's going to come off. Oh, no.
Oh, he saved it.
Wow.
Oh, no, it's out.
That took such we couldn't really see how that bounce happened there, but my God. What a tough situation there.
You got to keep it in again, and he's out of the box once again. You got to keep it in the box.
And then another mental mistake there. They're going to try to push this here. Wow. So a little bit of just 2 plays back to back.
Yeah, you got to keep it in there.
Desert Vista will get it, but 13 and a half seconds here.
Diggy's
Kyle
running
Lynch
up
with
the
the
field
ball.
too now. Diggy's going for it.
And they do that. They pull him out. That's Diggy moving it. Oh, no. And a save by Grant Miller at the end. Holds on to it.
What a save.
And Chandler will come away with a 1-goal victory, 9-8. A chance at the end there for Wilson Gray. Looked like it might have been saved. Not sure if it got blocked or not. But tremendous play. Big save from the goalie there. And Chandler will move on to a matchup with Brophy on Friday night in the A.L.L. State Championship game. A tough, heart-wrenching loss for Desert Vista. 1-goal loss. Tough game for those seniors. We saw, you mentioned Diggy, kind of a little nifty play there, not really looking for him, and he gets the easy clear, and he moved it, and they had a chance there, but Chandler comes up with the stop. Any final thoughts there, Dustin?
Yeah, I mean, crazy play. The heads-up play there. Again, Wilson Gray, both him and Diggy had a chance there at the end, and unbelievable game. Obviously, big comeback by Chandler, and it was back and forth the whole game. But again, it came down to the little plays in between the lines, and we're set up for a great state championship.
Yes, and we will see everybody on APN video for that state championship game. We'll be broadcasting that live with our color commentary here. And on behalf of APN Video, Brian Patillo, Dustin Cowell here. Thank you all for joining us in this great matchup. The Chandler Pumas coming away with a 1-goal victory over their Desert Vista Thunder by a score of 9-8. Have a good night, everyone.